Hey, how's it going guys? Ricky Summer here, and today I've come back in time to play Inaros for the very first time. But first, a message from our sponsor.
Join the Empyrean League, explore your deepest desires, and seek salvation amongst the stars.
That's right, you heard correctly, Inaros. In this house, we put mustard on the name. We put respect on the name. Alright, so we just finished the Sands of Inaros. You can check the card at the top of the screen right there if you want to check out that quest. I managed to squeeze it into one 40-minute video. It's quite remarkably good. One of my favorite quests so far. But today, we're going to check out the man himself. All I know, aside from the fact that he's apparently invincible because he has more health than anyone knows what to do with, he has freaky little toes that make me very uncomfortable. He's got a crotch handle and also, for some reason, like dog nipples. What are we doing here exactly? Alright, let's read his blurb. Risen from the sands, Inaros commands the desert's fearsome power. That's great. Is this like a Dune thing? Desert power? Is he good? Yo, what if the Fremen swoop in as part of his fort? Anyway, look, I'm just memeing. That's not how this works. Let's have a look at the abilities. Love the stance. Honestly, you know what? Inaros looks like something from, what was that game? Kenshi. You know the game Kenshi? Really, really interesting game. Unfortunately, it looks like complete arse. But imagine if one of the characters from Kenshi, like the weird mechanical things or whatever they are, imagine if they were modeled with more polygons and better textures. I should play Kenshi again. Anyway, let's have a look at the passive. While bleeding out, Inaros becomes entombed in a protective sarcophagus. He can revive himself by draining the life force from nearby enemies and allies. Okay, so it's kind of like the entomb ability from New World on the Ice Gauntlet, which is pretty cool. But it seems automatic, right? So it's when he dies. So we will have to test out actually dying if we can. The only problem is if we die with no one around, we don't revive. I assume that's correct. It doesn't say there's a timer on it either, which is... Yeah, okay, I can see why the man never dies. Desiccation. Blast enemies with a wave of cursed sand that blinds them and steals their health. He's got life leech, I had no idea! He's like a mummy vampire? Okay, chills, guys, legitimately. Also... let's call a spade a shovel here. My man's got pocket sand. Devour. Hold power to trap target in quicksand and draw them in for devouring. This steals health and ultimately creates a friendly sand shadow? This is entirely right up my alley. We've got lifesteal, we've got, it's like pets essentially, you know? Summoning things, sort of. Alright, I'm extremely pogged out my gourd. We're only 50% of the way through. Sandstorm. Become a whirling spiral of sand that sends enemies flying and devours those trapped in quicksand. There's a lot of devouring here. Okay, so this synergizes directly with Devour. So does that mean we can cast Devour multiple times on many individuals? Quicksand a bunch of people, and then we roll in and cause a whole lot of hell. I like it. I'm down for it. Scarab Swarm. Charge to transform health into hardened scarab armor. Discharge to blast enemies with a scarab swarm. Survivors have their health drained and bestowed on allies. My whole man is just lifesteal. I had no inkling at all that he was... I thought he was just like a damage sponge, which he still might be, but I had no idea he had lifesteal as well. Yeah, this is incredible. No wonder he doesn't die. Alright, let's have a look at the tips. Allies can help Inaros resurrect from his sarcophagus faster by killing enemies in his vicinity. Right, interesting. Right. So it's not necessarily that it sucks them, maybe, I guess it does suck him dry. We're gonna try it out, but it's just them dying in his presence will revive him. That's very cool. Cast Desiccation while enemies are facing Inaros to blind them, then use a melee finisher to regain health. Wait, what? Because it's the pocket sand, right? Okay, so there's a little more nuance there. So they have to be facing us for us to actually blind them? But does the health still work regardless? It's 25% health still? Anyway, let's keep going here. Regain health consumed by Scarab Swarm by devouring an enemy or performing a melee finisher kill from enemies affected by desiccation. That's a little more nuanced. Okay. I mean, look, basically, what, 3 out of 4 of his abilities give you health back? I'm down for it. Resurrect Inaros from his sarcophagus quicker with the Provoked mod, which increases damage while downed. Yeah, okay. I'm almost positive I don't have that, but I'll look out for it. Allies can also devour enemies trapped in Inaros quicksand. Yeah. Okay, so a team player as well. So pocket sand for yourself, devour for the team, sandstorm to mop them up, and Scarab Swarm I gotta play around with a little bit. The longer Inaros devours an enemy, the longer their sand shadow lives. Right. So it's probably a hold. Yeah. Okay, what's the upper limit on the sand shadow? 15 seconds? Yeah, okay, not bad. I mean, we can just run around and, like, we can kind of be a mini Necros, maybe. That's kind of cool. Kill enemies trapped by Devour using Sandstorm to heal Inaros and instantly create a sand shadow. Right, so does that mean we can devour a bunch of individuals and then, like, pop an AoE, for example? And we get an army, like, straight off the bat? Hold Devour while targeting an enemy to drag them towards Inaros and immediately devour them. Hold Devour. Yeah, okay. I imagine I'm probably going to want to use that quite a lot. Or maybe use that on the big guys. Yeah. We got to try a lot of this stuff out. Grab enemies up with Sandstorm and recast the ability to launch them away. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's potentially a lot of fun. So I've heard a lot of criticism that Inaros is not fun. He's just kind of like, he's easy to use, but is boring. On paper, he sounds like a lot of fun, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Recast Scarab Swarm to heal nearby allies and infest enemies with scarabs. Yeah. All right, cool. Oh man, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. All right, let's do a little bit of modding here, if no one disagrees. What do we got in the way of auras? Energy Siphon, maybe? I don't know how he's going to go with energy. I mean, straight off the bat, at level squat, he's got 550 health. That's insane to me, man. I imagine we're probably not going to be adding health. What we might add is damage. Yeah, damage per second on the pocket sand. Let's throw on adaptation, because everyone loves adaptation. And prime continuity, because it seems to affect all his abilities here. I would like streamline, but maybe we won't need it. I don't know. We'll see. Oh man, he does use quite a lot of energy. You know what? I will put on streamline. Yeah, I think that's going to be much more manageable. All right, a quick little fashion. Oh, yo! The Ramses skin, though? That's something straight out of Stargate, baby. The thrusters on the elbows? Oh, shit. That's dirty as hell. I love it. All right, I've got him all set up the way I like him. The only issue is he a little bit too bright? So I've left the kind of off-white beige default. I can set it to like something more dank, you know, not that, but like something more dank, that's fine. Or I could make it dark. I don't know which one I want, man. You know what, let's take it to a little bit of a dank place. So look, he's still got the perp and the heavy pink pageantry that we know and love. But he's sanded up. He's got, look at it, 100%, that's where he keeps his pocket sand. I'm ready, let's take him out of the stable. All right, doing a nice little bit of classic survival on Selkie. Let's do the pocket sand. I'm more than happy to hubris up here. And you know, not hedge my bets and go into something that may turn out to be uncharted territory. Just because I'm so confident in his tanking abilities. So all we do here is just pocket sand all day. Okay. Down to below 400 health. Let's slide in. Let's see if we can get some of that back. And again. Yeah, okay, so the trickles up. The health, the life leech trickles. You know what? I'm more than happy with a bit of trickle. There's nothing wrong with that. A slow and insidious death. Oh, you know what? This would be a great opportunity to test out dying, right? So let's slide into the piece here. Let's see what happens. Sarcophagus me up. Too much adaptation, man. Come on, do it. Do it, you won't. Hit me. Hit me. Okay, I am a sarcophagus. Bleeding out. in 10 seconds. Right, so we're halfway done. So as my hound kills... Come on, one more. Oh, so close. No, we got to try that again. We were close. We were close. Perfect spot. Take me out. Take me out, my guys. Do it, you won't. No, no, no. The hound's gonna kill him before they're ready. Let me join the squad. Come on. Slide into the piece. Come on, let's do it. Yo, Dad's here. Perfect timing. Okay, everything must die. There you go. Wow, that's actually really freaking rad. I like that a lot. Cause there's a little bit of strategy to it, right? Like trying to die. Like obviously you wouldn't want to do it on purpose because there's no benefit to that. But like if you're gonna die in the middle of a group so that you can be revived. I like that a lot. Holy shit. That's like so far, that's probably my favorite cheating death mechanic so far. So far, baby. Let's go. Let's legitimately slide. Yo, check this out. I can pocket sand in the air, man. Let's go. Oh, wait. No, you actually shoot with it. I didn't even realize. Hang on. Let me slurp some more boys in. Oh, yes. You love to see it. This is slow, though. This is not great. This is slow. All right. Lesson learned. All right. We've unlocked Devour, and it is time. Pop Devour, please. Yo. Your man gets slurped. Slay him. Do we get a Sand Lord? Or do we have to do a finish it, I think? Hang on, let me try it again. We pull him towards us. That's the yo, yes, yes. Come on, do it, do it. Devour. That oh, that's a little bit not at all what I was expecting. Let's pull him in. So I just keep holding it and it keeps devouring. I'm getting the health back. I'm invulnerable? Oh, wow. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Alright, so maybe that's not something you would use as often as I was expecting. Okay, this seems really overpowered. So I'm invulnerable while doing this, healing, and then this guy's gonna turn into... He's gonna fight for me. How is this allowed? How is this legal? What is happening? What am I even doing to... Oh man, that's an animation, you know? That's an animation right there. Hang on, we got to try this one out a little more. All right, let's test out Devour just as a hold thing. Yeah, no, it doesn't drain energy. I thought it did. It does not. Okay, all right. What if we... Let's just tap it. And then I need more energy, but I've got Sand Boy up. So we can just take quicksanded men out. Lickety split. All right, here we go. Oh, no, I become the Sand Lord. Get over here, sir. Don't run away from me. I was once like you. All right. Let's try that again. Tap them. Turn into the sand. And they are no more. I will very slowly come towards you, sir. Yeah, okay. I feel like Inaros is a bit of a hungry boy when it comes to energy. I might want to slap on some flow. Absolutely keep the streamline on there. He just slurps them in. Oh, I love a man with a slurp. Let me slide into the piece here. And then become sand. Yeah, that really doesn't last long at all. Look at this. We got a heavy gunner as a sand shadow. It was a little bit of a slog to get her going. But now she's up and running and causing trouble. And you love to see it. Oh, yo. This is something I hadn't considered before. Sliding into the piece. Blind them. Then finisher. That's what I'm talking about. Blind them. Finisher. Immediate. Oh, yo. Inaros. Suddenly the ultimate stealth frame. Let's actually go. Incredible if true. Yo, you guys ever scarab swarmed someone? Let's actually go. Charge it. And then I'm dead. Never mind. All right, let's try this again. Charge it because it sucks health. And then we pop.
You are running out of time. Consider
Did it pop? All right, let's devour to get some health back. There you go. Now we're talking. Oh, man. It's just like the mummy. We're Imhoteping it up. All right, let's figure out this 4 ability. So we slide into the piece, charge it, use health. Now I've got armor. Anyone who's surviving gives health back? You know what? I'm going to do a quick Google. Let's figure out how that works. From what I gathered, to use the 4th ability, you hold the ability key for it to charge. In doing so, it will take some of your health. When you get to a percentage, you hit the ability key. Don't hold it while looking at a foe. It will send scarabs at the foe doing damage, giving you health in your abilities. Hang on, that's extra nuance a nuance I don't know about. So we charge, and now it's charged. And so we slide in. There you go. That's how it works. Okay. So it charges into a pool that persists until you discharge it. Okay, we're at full health. Let's find a little cozy hidey hole. Charge it up. Okay, we're at 38% now. And then I pop it. And they're being devoured. I'm getting health back. There you go. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Honestly, I know many of you may disagree with me, but I really, really like his passive. One of the best passives, perhaps? Absolutely one of the best cheating death mechanics, I think, that I've experienced in the game so far. Very, very cool. Okay, so my impression of Inaros currently is there's a damage problem. I don't feel like I can do much damage with him. That's fine because he's got a lot of utility. I mean, he's got a lot of survivability. And I think he is fun in that, the way he can control the battlefield. My only issue is damage and energy currently. So let's have a quick look at mods. Okay, so what would I want to change here? I'd be tempted to take adaptation off for the time being, just while I'm ranking him up. And I kind of want flow in there, just so I can use my abilities a little more often. Other than that, like, let's cut everything out just for a hot second. I may want to former and potato this lord and go nuts with damage, you know? Damage per second. Like currently, desiccation, the pocket sand is at 6 damage. If I put intensify on there, it goes up to 7.8. I see that's not much at all. Now, obviously, it's got to go up further as we get closer to max rank. But I mean, it started out at 1, so obviously, like, it's a hell of a lot better than it was. Now, is that 25% of the damage? I have to assume it is. So 25% of 6. That's not great. So what if we go nuts and, like, you know, blind rage and everything? 13.2. I can't put Umbra on intensify on there just yet. I mean, that could legitimately be a strat though, you know? Ooh. I think for now, we play it safe. I mean, I'm in no danger of legitimately dying. So let's just make sure I have enough energy to use everything. That maxes us out. It's, you know, look, I'm feeling good. That'll do us for now, but I will be having a discussion with chat in the stream tomorrow about how we can get as much damage out of this guy as possible. I'm actually really quite titillated at the concept of maximizing his damage potential. Really interesting frame. Really interesting frame. I like him. Let's have a look at the augments. All right, first up, Desiccation's Curse. Desiccation Augment. Killing a blinded enemy with a finisher has a 75% chance of summoning a sand shadow. That's a strat right there. That I like a great deal. Oh, where do you get his augments from? Parent sequence? We can do it! I can probably buy him right now. All right, we'll check that in a second. Next up, Elemental Sandstorm. Sandstorm Augment. Sandstorm has a 50% chance of inflicting status effects based on the damage types and mods on equipped melee weapons. That's actually really interesting. Honestly, I don't see myself using it. because currently my least favorite ability of his is the Sandstorm. I just feel like he's really slow when he's using it, and it just sucks all the energy. So I'm not finding a lot of use out of it yet. So I'm not sure I'll take Elemental Sandstorm, but that's a really cool concept. Lastly, Negation Swarm. Scarab Swarm augments. Scarab armor protects Inaros from status effects, consuming 3% bonus armor for each effect resisted. Okay, see, look, I'll be honest, on the face of that sounds less interesting, but I am tempted to think that you guys are going to pog out over that. Like, it's one of those things that's like, on paper, it doesn't sound very interesting, very useful, but it's like, no, wait, actually, that's super meta. So I don't know about that. I'm more interested in augments that change the way you play or add a really obvious, insane bonus. Yeah, okay, that's really interesting. I like Desiccation's Curse in particular. I may want to buy that. Desiccation's Curse, baby. I can't buy it yet. I need more rep. But yo, that I quite like. Just to maximize the sand shadows, because they're actually not bad. I was toying around with the idea of building specifically towards getting as many sand shadows up as possible, or getting them up as quickly as possible, because that's what I was talking about with damage. I just feel like when I'm using Devour, it takes forever, and that's fine because you're invulnerable when you use it, which is huge. And once you devour like a big boy, it like they stick around, they do damage, they're useful, they're actually legitimately useful. I just wish I did more damage so I could get them up quicker, because as it stands, it kind of like slows the pace of gameplay a little bit, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because in a fast-paced game, sometimes you need little breathers. Yeah, okay. I've just my mind is bristling with a few possibilities, and I'm quite excited to see how this guy plays out. Also, I'm really warming to our color scheme. I think he looks friggin' rad like this. I'm down for it. I'm ready. All right, let's do the time jump. We'll see what you guys think in the chat. We'll build him up, max rank him. I'm ready. Crotch handles. I'll see you in a second. Hey guys, welcome back to Warframe. All right, Inaros, man, we have some things to talk about, let me tell you. But first, let me just slide into the piece here and ruin some of these gentlemen's lives. All right, hang on. This I love. Wait for it. Here we go. Pocket sand, slide into the piece. Honestly, this is the greatest gameplay with Inaros. This I love. If this is all I did with him, I'd be perfectly happy. So, what do I think of Inaros? I really quite like him. I really like his kit. I think he's fun. Chat doesn't like him. Straight up, the stream was very much me being like, yo, I like this. And chat's like, don't bother, his crap. It was pretty wild. And I get it, and I agree. He does very little damage, and past a certain point, he becomes difficult to use because of his damage. His only saving grace is the fact that he's infinitely survivable. I mean, currently we're at max rank. We've got 3,500 health, roughly, and it doesn't go down. I mean, unless I hold 4 and schlorp it for the sake of, oh, I'm already at 100, never mind. Let me just pop it. Let me just slurp that situation. Even that, you know, doesn't do a huge amount of damage. It's... Alright, look, let's go through the abilities. The one I love the pocket sand. It's just fun. And you know what? It is useful. It's probably, for me, the most useful ability because... Hang on, sir. I do have to blind them, though. I mean, I can just slide in and get free stealth kills, which is fantastic. I mean, that's a power move right there. I mean, we can get the life support. Life support has been replenished. Without going into spoiler mode, because he's just got so much health, and because I've got Hunter Adrenaline on him, you know, we get energy back when we take damage. It's beautiful. I mean, we'll talk about the mods soon. Don't you worry about that. All right. So the 2, again, I really like the concept of. It doesn't take long for that to not do enough damage. I mean, all right, let me put it this way. It doesn't do much damage. Is that a problem inherently? Not really, because you're invulnerable when you're schlorping, so it's not like you're gonna die because you're not killing them fast enough. It's just kind of tedious, and, you know, if you're doing a mission with a time limit, it's, you know, maybe not the best choice of ability, but I like the idea of it, you know? I mean, let me charge up the 4 here. Okay, and now we can heal by friggin' Schlorpen. That's great. And we're invulnerable when we do it. I mean, what an ability. What a huge ability. The 3, I'll be honest, I don't love. I think it's mostly useless. It's over very quickly, you know? Let's use it here. It uses so much energy. I mean, okay, it yeets him. That man's still alive, though. It did, like, no damage to him. Look, it's not my favorite, and chat agreed with me that the 3 is kind of forgettable. And the 4 is, you know, pretty okay. The damage is not incredible. I don't think it's absolutely horrendous. But, you know, more survivability is great. Just on the whole, I think he's pretty okay. And yeah, like, he might not be the best choice for Steel Path, but that's fine with me. I'm not doing Steel Path, and quite honestly, I don't anticipate doing Steel Path for quite some time, because I'm here to have fun and play the way I want to play what I enjoy, not play for the sake of making progress just for the sake of making progress, you know? I don't feel any particular burning need to be rushing into Steel Path right now. I'm sure I'll do it eventually, but it's just not a priority for me right now. So, look, Inaros, I see him as like akin to Hydroid for me. Hydroid and Inaros are 2 frames that I really love the concept of, but I really, really wish they both did more damage. And as a result, I don't use them too often. But when I do use them, I have fun, you know? They're fun frames that could use a damage buff. That's the way I see them. They're not gonna make the main rotation, you know? But they got a soft place in my heart. Alright, listen. Something I forgot to mention, his passive ability. I still really like the passive ability. Chat was very much anti his passive because the active Schlorping doesn't do much damage. And yeah, it doesn't. And as a result, I don't use it. But like I mentioned in the first half of the video, relying on the Hound to kill things when you're downed, I think is huge tier, and I found it pretty darn reliable. I'm tempted to say 8 to 9 times out of 10, I can revive just from the Hound killing things when I'm downed. And I think that's great. I think that's a lot better than nothing. In some ways, it's a little similar to Nidus, and we talked about this on the stream, but chat loves Nidus a lot more than Inaros, and that's fair, so do I. Nidus is great. Nidus can do a lot of damage for sure. But then kind of, you know, they're both health tanks, they don't have shields, they both have an ability to revive from being downed. On paper at least, Inaros's passive is more reliable than Nidus's. Like, if you haven't got the stacks for Nidus, this is not going to trigger, baby. But Inaros's passive is always, or Inaros, it's probably, you don't put an ES at the end, Inaros, apostrophe. His passive is always potentially active. The only issue then is, like, if there are no enemies around, then you're stuffed. But I think he's kind of like, look, he's in a weird place. I still like him. I think I'm probably going to end up using him more than Hydroid. Look, I know there are some real Hydroid diehards out there, and I'd love to sit them down and be like, teach me how to build Hydroid and how to use him. Because there are people who like use him in Steel Path and whatnot. I like Hydroid, and I want to use him more. But as it stands, I think we're in a pretty good place with Inaros. Let's have a look at the final build. Okay, so chat insisted that we focus entirely on health and survivability at the expense of damage. And I see where they're coming from. Their philosophy was, you're not going to be able to do decent damage, so don't bother. Look, that kind of, I don't know, that kind of sentiment, it doesn't always jive with me, but we've followed that doctrine for the moment. So we've got vitality, adaptation, because everyone loves adaptation. Hunter Adrenal is huge. I absolutely believe in this. Just the fact that we can get energy back from taking damage, and taking damage is what Inaros does best, let's face it. I mean, I remind you, we're currently at 3.5k health, which is pretty fantastic. I mean, we can up that further in many ways with potatoing and formering. We've got rage, convert plus 40% of damage on health to energy, so it's like additional Hunter Adrenaline stuff, which is great. You know, I love not running out of energy. And stretch, I feel like we could swap that out with anything else that could be remotely better. It's just upping our range on, look, pretty much everything. but I don't feel myself hurting for range with Inaros. Especially if what I'm mostly doing with him is pocket sand and then sliding in and taking those stealth kills. That alone, I think, is huge. It's really very cool. That's like, basically, that's, to me, he's pocket sand, that's it. And if I forget about all his other abilities, I'm fine. Alright, look, there you go. Inaros is very interesting. I'm keenly aware that maybe I love him because I'm a serial contrarian and everyone else hates him. Look, I can be a little bit like that sometimes. I know. I'm aware of it. I sort of purposely go against the grain a lot of the time. But I'm having fun with him. He's like sand hydroid. I'm into that. He reminds me a little bit of Nidus in some respects, and Nidus is my favorite frame, or my second favorite frame, is sort of tied between Nidus and Protea. So look, I like him. It's your turn now, guys. Let me know in the comments below the like button. What do you think of Inaros? Look, are you on team Inaros sucks, or are you on team Ricky Summer, who's like, man, my Imhotep boy, he ain't so bad. Pocket sand for days, I'm ready. Weird toes and a crotch handle. Take me there. Take me to that beautiful land. Stargate for days. Alright, throw your tips, your tricks, your anecdotes, your builds in the comments below. Be excellent to each other, and I'll see you next time, guys. Ricky Summer, out.